So Picture Lab Day 2 had us first write the method convert to black and white, and then second method we had to write, and the last method we had to write today was the one that adjusted brightness. You see, here's a beginning picture of a koala bear on the left side, and then we brighten it up. Everything gets brightened evenly, okay, by the same percent. So the name of the method will be adjust brightness. It's a void method that gets a double. Everything goes in picture tester. So I'll go ahead and put it just above the main. So and gets a double. What it's going to do with this double it gets is multiply it by the RGB values of every pixel in the picture. Okay, so I think once again we have to start by making a picture object. And they say to use a koala bear, which I'm pretty sure is just koala.jpg. Okay, and then we do the same thing as we did up there in the convert to black and white. We're going to display it and get all the pixels in matrix form. Okay, let's see if everything's working so far. New capital P picture. Silly me. Okay, good. And what are we going to do? We're going to brighten every pixel by this multiplier amount. However, when you brighten, you make the RGB values higher. Like white is the brightest thing there is. It's super high. It's 255 for red and green and blue, all three, each one. But you can't go over 255. So we have to guard against that. So we use those same loops as before. Hopefully you're getting better at this. The enhanced for loop going through a matrix. So we go through each row of the matrix, and then we go through each pixel of each row. And you could copy and paste in the book, but hopefully you're getting better at this now. So we go through each pixel, represented by P here, and find the biggest RGB value of each one. So we can use math.max to do that quickly. You could do it if else if you want to, if else probably, something like that. We'll do math.max p.get red and p.get green. All right, that's the first two colors. And we'll say int brightest equals that. And then whichever one of those two is brightest, we'll compare it to the pixel blue value. Okay. Let's just make sure everything's compiling. Get green, I misspelled that. Good. Okay, now we want to make sure that we multiply MULT by brightest, we don't go over 255. So if now we have to do some algebra. And so if it's going to take us over 255, multiplier becomes 255 over brightest. Okay, that's so divide this into 255 tells us how big a multiplier we can have. And then we go through the matrix again. And multiply every pixel's red, green, and blue by our multiplier, our new multiplier. So let's see. So we'll do p dot set red to our multiplier times p dot get red. Now our multiplier is a double, and brightest and 255 are both ints, so I just realized if I do this, I'm going to have it, everything will come out to 1, I think. Okay, so we can't have that. And so let's put 0.0 there. See if that works. Right, you see it now. Now this is the double value. We don't lose any decimal places. So let's keep on doing this for each of the other two colors. And then what? Pick dot explore again. And this guy is set red and set green and set blue. All want to put the int RGB values in here, so I got to cast int here. Got to cast the product to int. All right, again. Hopefully this will work, and we'll see some difference here. What am I doing? I got to call it first, though, don't I? Adjust brightness is the name of it down here in the main. So let's go adjust brightness. And let's make our koala bear darker. Let's times it by 0.3. So we'll times all those RGB values by 0.3, making them smaller. And hopefully our koala bear will be darker. And you see it's a lot darker. 0.3 really made it darker. Good. So it's working. And it's getting darker evenly throughout. Now, the koala bear has some absolute white on it. Look at that. There's white right there. And so it's going to be darn close to 255. And look at it. It is actually 255, 255, 255. And there might be other pixels around there too that are that white. So I cannot make it any brighter than 255. So I don't like using the koala bear to test this method. That's why I sent you this email today that said, use this picture for adjust brightness. It's just a goofy little picture I made. I'm going to download it, And I'm going to put it into it's supposed to go in the folder where all your images are at of your project. I don't know if that's it though. Let's see. I guess we'll find out. Put it in there. It's called anime. Okay, I guess it found it. That was the right folder. And now, still making it 0.3 darker, so it made it a lot darker. Good. And let's go back in now and make it brighter. So maybe make it 1.6. See what kind of effect that has on it. And it made it brighter. Let's make it even more bright. Let's go in there. Let's see how far we can go. Let's just put it in 3 and see what happens. It'll probably reach. It'll no doubt reach the limit. But let's go ahead and see what it does. Okay, so a little brighter. Little brighter. So that's the last method in day 2 of Picture Lab.